What's happening there, buddy? Here we are, back on the Thursday night grind. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Now we're up and going. Try to get my phone set up again. It'll take me a second. Shit. Ah, damn it. I gotta get in. I almost actually said that. Okay, now loosen this right here, and I'll be able to turn it. Oh shit, wrong way. Sorry, give me just. I'm having technical difficulties here. All right, there we go. All right, so what's everybody up to, man? It's been a while since we've sat down and had one of these little interview sessions. I don't really have anybody to interview tonight, but that's okay. You can see me. You can see where my dog scratched some crap out of the middle of my lip. So, anyway, I've got it open. People can come on and send a request to go live with me. But, man, I've got something that's really been really kind of, it's been like a little thorn in my side for a long time now. And I'm not going to call anybody's names out because I'm looking for more of opinions than I am calling somebody out for being right or for being wrong. I just kind of want to know what everybody thinks. So here's the deal. So let's say you own a company and you specialize in doing something. We'll just say building bikes because that's kind of apparent. So if you're building a bike and you build a certain style of bike like me, I'm doing, hello Darlene, thanks for watching. So let's say your forte in building bikes is pro streets like what I'm doing. And you have another guy that builds baggers. And he's really good at building baggers and you're really good at building pro streets. Let's say the bagger guy just is so slammed fucking busy, it's just insane. It's crazy insane that he has to wait, a year or 2 year waiting list to even get your bike into his shop to have it built. But let's say this guy over here that builds a pro streets, me, I build a bagger for myself. And it looks good. People like it. Do you think it's wrong that if a customer has been told they're going to wait 2 years on a waiting list to get a bagger built from this one guy, but you tell them, well, yeah, I can get your bagger built now for you, and y'all discuss a build, y'all discuss what you're going to do, and you come up with a good budget, and everything's good. Do you think I'm wrong because I took a bagger building job when he was going to have to wait 2 years for someone else to build his bagger? Even though baggers aren't really my style of build. I'm pretty much more known for doing the pro streets. I'd like to have some people chime in on that because it seems like to me here lately there have been some people in this industry that are getting real pissed off, whether it's, no matter what it is, that they think that, they own the market. They own the concept of building baggers or building wheels or handlebars or shit. I mean, I just spent almost $450 on custom copper-plated lines and throttle cables for my bike. I know for a fact that even if I built baggers, even if I built pro streets, even if I built bobbers, even if I built, those old school choppers, what's up, Bruno? It doesn't matter what I'm building. I'm never, ever going to be so good that I just take the entire industry. It's not going to happen. But there are people in this industry that figure they do something and they're known for doing it, that nobody else has the right to do it. And that's kind of where I'm sitting with this whole thing, is that I'm not really mad about it, but I feel like sometimes people get upset because of free enterprise. The market is free. There's no monopoly on any of this stuff. You know, President Trump hasn't come in and said, hey, look, you know, Kevin, you can only build Pro Streets. That's it. If somebody wants a bagger built from you, oh, you got to send that over to what's his name to get the bagger built. You know, and then I notice a lot of people, you know, get on the bandwagon and start yelling and screaming, call them out, you know, say what shop it is, or, you know, this, that, and the other. And the reality is that I don't understand that. I'm confused by that. What is y'all's opinion on the free market? I mean, do you agree that the bagger builder should be pissed off at me because I built a bagger for somebody, or I offered to build a bagger for somebody because they called me and wanted to know what my prices were for building a bagger? I mean, am I a bad guy? Like custom gas tanks. You know, I'd like to call him my friend. I'd like to call him my friend is Brendan from American Chopper. You know, Paul Jr. He builds gas tanks. Well, I mean, I would hope that Brendan would never get mad at me if I bought his gas tank kits and I built gas tanks for people. I don't think he would. I don't think he'd think I was undercutting him or screwing him out of business. But I mean, if I've got a talent and I'm able to do it, I mean, I can do it. I mean, that's just what it is. There may be a guy right down the street from me that says, "Hey, dude, I want you to build me a gas tank. I saw the one you did for your bike. I want you to build me one." Should I respect Brendan for his abilities and the groundwork that he's put forth and just say, hey, man, if you want a custom gas tank, you need to go to Brendan? Or should I say, yeah, I can do that. Let me call Brendan and I'll see what one of his tank kits costs and we'll go from there. I mean, I'm just trying to get a feel for this because I've seen a couple of posts here in the last couple of months directly related to this, and I'm really curious to know what everybody's opinion is on it. I'm dying to get Dave Voss and James Carter on here so we can discuss seats. I would like to get. I mean, there are so many kick-ass seat guys popping up here lately that it's insane to me. And I mean, I get a little intimidated by some of these new guys that I'm seeing, and I don't know how new they are or how old they are. I don't know how long they've been in business. They're new to me. I've never seen them or I've never heard of them before. But here we are on Facebook land where everything is relative now. I mean, you can go into the search bar for Facebook and you can find just about anything you want to find. I mean, it's insane. I love it. But my whole point behind this is that there's absolutely, well, that's kind of my point, Darlene. That's good. God dang it, I got off track. Shit, what was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. God dang it, shit. My mind is going the older I'm getting. Anyway, so my whole take on all this stuff is that oh, here we go. I remember now. Thank God. There's a bunch of seat guys I've seen pop up here lately that I never knew they existed. I go look at their pages, and some of them have, a couple hundred followers. Some have 10, 20, 30,000 followers. So these guys are relevant in the industry, but I've never heard of them. I would love to interview James Carter because he's been in the industry a very, very, very long time. I'd love to interview Dave Voss because Dave Voss hasn't been in it a long time. Dave Voss was raised in the industry, but as far as his own company, I want to say 5 to 10 years he's been doing this. But he is extremely talented. I mean, the guy, I see the work between James Carter and Dave Voss, and it's inspiring to me. The guys are just so freaking talented. But eventually one day I'd like to get one of those two guys on here so I could interview them and find out more into what they do and how they do it, why they do it, and what are if there's any tips or tricks of the trade or any advice they want to give to the next generation coming up. Because I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I've only got 15, 16, maybe 16 more years of doing this, and I'm gonna retire. That sounds crazy that here I am. I'm talking about retirement. I want to get as much done as I can in the next 15, 16 years, along with raising my son, along with spending time with my wife and doing my thing. but I know that there's going to come a time when I'm going to want to retire. Hey, Kev, man, I hope you're feeling better, bud. Happy anniversary. Be sure to bring some of them eggs down here when you get going. When y'all come down for the rally, pick up this motor and transmission. But my point is that I'd like to actually retire one day. I've been working since I was 15 years old and, haven't missed a lick. Thank you, Bruno. I appreciate that. That makes me feel good, man. I appreciate your support. God dang it. Forgot what I was saying again. Anyway, so when I retire, I would like to actually retire, stop working, sell my house, downsize everything, get me one motorcycle instead of three or four, get me a big old Winnebago type situation with a toy hauler, put the bike in the back of it, get a little car attached to the rear of it, and hit the open road and go see as much of America as I can possibly see before God puts me in it. But I think some of the things that I do, the things that I've learned, some tricks of the trade, different styles of stuff that I do, I'd like to pass that along to somebody so that they could, carry on or carry the torch on what I've done. I'm not saying I'm the best at it, but I do think there's some things I do that are pretty badass that I know other seat builders don't do. There's things that I build that I know other bike builders don't build. There's just so many talented people in this industry itself. It just kind of amazes me sometimes when people get on Facebook and they get going heavy on a rant about how somebody's, ganking their business or somebody's trying to undercut them and I just think about it like me. I'll be honest with you guys. This entire year so far, I mean, you're talking 9 fiscal months, I have only done maybe 20 seats this whole year. I've got one customer that's pissed off at me. And I even asked him, I said, man, if you want to call me out on Facebook, call me out. But I've got all the text messages to back up my side of the story. I've got all of the diagrams, the artwork for the seats to back up my side of the story. But let's face it, at the end of the day, he's a customer that came to me and he's mad because he doesn't feel like he got what he paid for. I can't help him right now. I'd like to help him. I'd like to help him just simply because that's the nature of who I am. Well, thank you, Teresa. I appreciate that. Like I said, he feels like I did him wrong, like he didn't get his money's worth in his seat. Regardless if he got his money's worth or he didn't, I know how I feel. I feel like he got 2 times what he paid for. But the bottom line is this, is that I can't fix his issue until after the rally, and he's upset. And I've offered to him, hey, be pissed. I get it. If I spent that money and wasn't satisfied with what I got, I'd be pissed off too. But I can't help you till after the rally. End of story. That's just life. That's just the way it is. If you don't want the seat that I did for you on that bike at the rally, well, then don't put the goddamn thing on there. Put a towel on it. I would post pictures of that seat. I'm proud of the seat. I like the seat. I think the seat looks great. I think that, honestly, that at the end of the day, whether I'm right or whether I'm wrong, this here is just my opinion. I think after he put the seat on the bike, he realized that style of the pattern that's on that seat does not flow with that paint job. And I think he's upset about it. I wouldn't be pissed off if the guy just said, man, you did a great job, but, this does not look good on the bike. I would still tell him, you know what, man, I'll help you out. I'm not going to do it for free, but I promise you, I'm going to help you out because I've done it. I've done this much, and I agree with you. This style doesn't go on the bike. But he's bashing me, telling me I do shitty work, when in reality, I don't do shitty work. I did everything he asked for in spades. He's just not satisfied after the fact, which is fine. But my whole point is that I'm not afraid of the confrontation. I'm not afraid of being called out on the grind, on Facebook, live. I have no issues with that. That's what this page is for. And sometimes if I get caught up on the muddy side of the bay, hey, you know what it is, what it is. I'm not God. I'm not flawless. Things happen. Customers get pissed. But I will say this. In the last, since January 1st of 2004 till today, So I will say in the last 14 years and 9 months, I have only had 3 customers total that were upset. One, when I very first started, and that man had all the right in the world to be upset because I did a shitty job because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. The second customer, he was upset because he didn't fit on the seat, and I can't help that. I can't help. He told me, or he neglected to tell me he was fucking 400 pounds. I'm sorry, but to build you a seat that fits that bike, dude, I'm gonna have to have the bike, and I'm gonna have to have you here to build a seat for a 400-pound man. The seats that I built that this guy purchased were for a guy that was about 6 foot tall, I'd say anywhere from 5'9" to about 6'2". And the weight range is going to be anywhere from about 150 pounds all the way up to maybe 280. But when you get outside those parameters, man, there ain't a damn thing I can do for you. I mean, there's nothing I can do. I appreciate it, Teresa. I really do. But the bottom line is this, is that it's an open market, and I have people call me all the time to ask me to do a certain style of seat, and I tell them point blank, hey, look, that's another dude's style. I can cover your seat and I can come close to that, but I'm never going to copy his stuff. It's just not going to happen. It's a respect issue. Not so much because I don't want the money or I'm trying to get down on somebody, but because I respect him as a seat guy. Just like, if somebody came up to me and showed me a bike that Art Still built and said, hey, man, I want a bike exactly like that, I would just politely tell them, no, man, I can't do that. I can get you in the neighborhood, but I'm not going to copy another builder. It's just not going to happen. I'm just not that kind of guy, no matter what I'm doing, whether I'm at my day job, whether I'm, selling baseball caps or T-shirts or whatever. I mean, it's just not cool in my mind. Now, with that being said, I'll tell you a little story about the handlebars that are on my Rockstar. Those are direct 100% ripoffs of the I think it was the Ching-On bike that Matt Hotch built. But I text messaged Matt and I asked him, hey, Matt, can you make these bars for me? And I told him, I said, I don't care what the price is. I just love those bars. And he told me he'd love to build them, but he just doesn't have the time right now. He was just too busy. And this was about a year and a half ago. And I asked him point blank, I said, man, would you mind if I had another handlebar guy build these bars? And he said, no, man, go right ahead. You've got my permission, and I appreciate the fact that you're actually building something that I already built. And I was like, well, I just love the bars you built. So the fact that I respected him enough as a motorcycle, custom chopper, bobber, builder, whatever you want to call his bikes, I loved what he built. I tried to get him to do it. He said no, he didn't have time. He gave me permission to allow another company to build those exact bars. Those are the bars that are going on my Rockstar. But that's what my point is. I have no issues if people want to do the crazy ass inlay work that I do, or they want to take one of my pieces of artwork that I drew up and I spent 8, 10, 12, 14 hours drawing and erasing to get everything perfect. If they want to use that artwork, hey, by all means, use it. I have no issues with you using it simply because you asked. I'm just never going to be the guy that's just going to be a dick and be like, no, you can't do that. No, man, if you can do that and you have the skill set to actually do it, man, get all over it. That's awesome. I'm just not going to be that guy. But I don't really want to sit here and yammer it all night, but I know you guys have been patiently waiting for the videos to come back up, the interviews to come back up. Everybody got real busy. I'm still struggling with trying to get certain people on the show. I got a confirmation. I'm going to call him out right now because he told me to my face he was going to do an interview with me. Ricky Rocket from the band Poison. He is just a little more than an acquaintance of mine now. I'd like to call him a friend, but I'm going to leave that up to him. He was gracious enough to give me and my son Devin tickets to their show when they played in Houston here a while back. We got to hang out, discuss bikes and motorcycles and MMA because he's really heavy into MMA. We got to even talk a little bit about other things that I'll let him discuss when I get him on here to interview him. I'm also working on trying to get a couple of the guys from Warrant. I'm still working on those guys. Those guys probably the busiest guys in rock and roll out there. I would really love to interview Robert Mason because Robert is so hardcore in the motorcycles and hot rods and just he's just into that whole culture. I mean, it's awesome. I've got a woman that I'm working on, and hopefully I keep your fingers crossed, but if anybody is familiar with Warrant's video Cherry Pie, you have to know who Bobby Brown is. I'm actually I've contacted her via emails, and I'm working on trying to set up a schedule that would work for her and I both, so I can interview her. Just people that are just really kick-ass. They're just awesome, awesome people. I think everybody would be, really, really. I think everybody would enjoy the interviews because I know that just the little bit of conversations we've had via text or whatever. I've actually. I will do that, Michael Taylor. I will do that, brother. But just trying to get more people on here. But anyway, my whole point was, I want to say thank you guys for waiting this last month, man. Building that bike. It's at paint right now, but man, I think this thing is going to be nasty. I got my, like I told you guys, I paid over $400 for a brand new front and rear brake lines, hydraulic clutch line, and a custom throttle cable, all in braided copper lines. It's badass. It's really badass. But they were really, really expensive, and even my wife was like, "Hey, what do you need those for?" And I was like, "Well, I'm building a custom bike, and this is the bike I'm going to be keeping forever, so I might as well build it right the first time. I don't want to cut any corners on what I'm doing because I'll be hopefully riding this thing, well, up until the day before I die, and hopefully I don't die on it, but you know what I'm saying. It's a killer bike." But anyway, I appreciate all you guys. I know everybody that's watching right now, I know for a fact everybody's sharing these videos and everybody's liking them and commenting and, doing everything they can to get the word out there about the grind and this, that, and the other. Hey, Bruno, since you're watching so heavily, dude, did you get your grind t-shirt yet? I thought that we had already mailed it off, but I'm not 100% sure. Yes? No? Maybe? Did you get the grind t-shirt, your grind t-shirt, or did I not mail it off to you yet? Oh. So, by a show of hands, who is coming to Galveston November 1st, 2nd, 3rd to see this, to vote on these two bikes from me and Dave Mazingo? If you're coming down here and you're going to try to hook up with us and go vote, give me a like. Wait, hold on. Yes, we'll be wearing it this weekend at a bike rally. Awesome. Okay, good. You got it. Okay, are you showing the bike on the grind before the rally, or do we have to wait for the unveil at the rally? No, that is one thing I am going to do. I am going to go live when I get my paint back. I'm going to go live and show you guys the paint because that's how the other biker build off did it. There was no unveil of the bike. You actually got to see them assemble it final. So that's what I'm going to do also. I've had some people tell me that I should build it and then unveil it, but I really don't. I don't want to do that simply because everybody's invested in me. And when I mean invested, I mean you've taken time out of your days to watch these videos, to be there, to show the interest in actually seeing me build this bike. I think you guys should be here when I'm assembling it, when I'm wiring it, when I'm doing that first, fly off right there, starting that damn thing up. So, I'll try to be there on the 2nd and the 4th. Okay, so the 2nd is Friday and the 4th is Sunday. Here's the bad news. The bad news is the bikes will be unveiled on the 3rd, that Saturday. So Darlene, try to figure it out. You need to come down there and see it. But anyway, so that was kind of my whole point. Hello, Amber. How are you doing? Y'all better be there. I've heard y'all are bringing a whole posse of people. I'm hoping and praying that Brian Barber and his wife can come down. I'm hoping that all of the Evil Iron guys, Art Steele from All Star Baggers, and I'm hoping all everybody that can get here gets here. It would just be really cool to see everybody. All the support I've gotten for the page itself, all of the support I've gotten throughout the build. It's just going to be a killer freaking time. But anyway, no, so I am going to actually unveil November 3rd. That's right. Between I want to say 10:30 or 11 o'clock in the morning, all the way till I want to say we stop voting at 4, but they don't do the announce the winner until like 5:30, I think, on the main stage, is what she said. Well, what time does he fight? Anyway, it's okay. If you can get there, get there. If you cannot, you know where the bike's going to be after the fact, so you can come out and see the bike anytime. What else was I going to tell you guys? So here's something that nobody really knows. I am trying to stop smoking. Yes, I have had some slip-ups here or there. Basically 1 cigarette a day. Some days it's been half a cigarette. Yes, someone will be videoing. Keep your fingers crossed and say some prayers for me so that I can beat this nasty habit. What's up, George? Thanks for watching, buddy. I have smoked for over 30 years. Actually, it's exactly right at 30 years I've smoked. And I think I'm just done with it, man. Just, kind of finished. But I'm not flawless. I mean, I'm a human being, so I do backslide. But one thing I will say this is that when you stop smoking and you go from smoking a pack a day and you're all the way down to 1 cigarette, just 1 cigarette a day, the willpower, I mean, you got to use your willpower for that last cigarette. Well, here's something cool. Typically, I can't even make it through the whole cigarette when it gets there, so I'm just about 100% done. Is Brendan watching? Because I can't see who's watching. No, it won't let me see exactly who's watching. I like your show. Good luck in your smoke-free journey. Congrats. Thank you, George. I appreciate that. What? Yay, great for you. From your friend who works for a pulmonologist. What's up, Brendan? What's going on, buddy? Yeah, I know I do. After 30 years of smoking, it's pretty bad. I'm glad to be where I'm at with it. Hopefully it will, well, I can almost guarantee you it'll be this way forever. What's up, Don? But anyway, hey, Don, are you guys coming down for the Galveston rally? Yeah, I see Brendan watching. He left a little comment. I'm hoping that everybody's going to come down here for this. I mean, it's important, and I think everybody's going to dig it. I'm hoping it's going to be a really big turnout. I'm hoping that there's going to be a really big turnout right there in the booth. I have spoken with Dave. He is coming. He said that he was taken off as an administrator on the Grind page. Well, I'm fixing to go in there into my office and check the computer and find out. What's up, Mr. Coomer? How you doing? Just to find out if he's actually been turned off as a admin or not. I don't think he has, but you never know. Possibility. I thought I was the only admin of the show, but maybe my brother's on there now. I don't know. I did make him an admin when I first got on here. No, the shop will not be smoke-free. The shop will still, I'll let you smoke in here, Mr. Baker, and I'm going to let Mr. Anderson smoke in here too. I ain't going to tell you two dudes not to smoke. Anyway, I'm gonna do my best not to smoke because I'll tell you, man, it just feels good not to smoke. I breathe better. I don't cough and hack all night anymore. I think my sleep's a little bit better. I'm happier because I don't smell like a ashtray anymore. Anyway, it's all good stuff, man. It's real good stuff. Anyway, so I'm just basically rambling here because I don't have anybody to interview. If somebody would like to come on right now, just send me a request real quick. We got about 15 more minutes before I have to call it quits for the night. Otherwise, I will say this. We have until October 10th. That's when my bike should be back from paint. And at that point in time, I should be just in a building frenzy. I want to say thank you to Warren Vesley for helping me with my final drive for the transmission and getting everything set up. I want to say thank you to Brian Barber, as usual, for all of his help with all the parts and everything he's done. I mean, I'm kind of having Brian Barber withdrawals right now. I haven't spoken to that guy in over a week. It's crazy, man. Relationships you build up over building a bike, man. I never would have thought that me and Brian would have talked as much as we've been talking, but man, he's just a cool dude. Always takes my phone calls, always available to talk, always giving up certain types of advice for, things he's encountered. Not afraid to call me a dumbass for some of the stuff I don't know how to do, which is awesome. I appreciate that. But yeah, Warren Vesley is just a badass. Troy, I don't think he's working on anything right now that I know of. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I do like what. Oh, I'm sorry. I like what they build. Everything I've seen so far is pretty cool. So I'd like to get the Coomers in there and get them on the grind and get them building on a build off. I think that would be pretty damn cool, actually. For y'all that don't know, I think we know who the second set of builders is going to be. I don't want to say anything yet until we're at the rally and we're giving away the award for who wins, me or Dave. But at that show, we're going to announce who the next two builders are, and I want to make damn sure that these other builders are going to be down. They're 100% invested in it and getting ready to go because they're going to have T-shirts available also, and everything like that. We are going to have some women's T-shirts available also in the American Drag Seats versus Sinworks shirts. So we just don't have them yet, but we are going to have them. So don't give up, ladies. Right now it's just men's, and that's just because I really need to get the majority of these sold first. But anyway, so it is what it is. So, well, if no one's going to come on here and discuss or talk with me, I'm going to go on and call it a night. I'm actually really enjoying going to bed around 10 o'clock, 10:30 every night instead of midnight or 1. So do me a favor, share the video. Let people know that they can go to @TheGrindInterview on Facebook, and that'll get us. I have been trying to share it on my Twitter page. I've been trying to share it on my Instagram page. If anybody else out there is really, really good with all the different things you can do with Instagram, probably not. But if anybody out there is good with video editing and stuff of that nature on your phones via the Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, things of that nature, please contact me. I know that Mr. Baker has the apps that I need to download to my phone so I can get these interviews and get all these shows and stuff put over onto my YouTube channel. I think the YouTube channel is going to be one of the best formats for me because you can just put all of the videos back to back to back to back to back, and then people will just repeatedly watch them. Once you get up to a certain amount, I think you can get paid for actually having your videos up there. Here and again, I'm just wanting to build. I just want to have another badass biker build-off show. I want to get the interview side going again. I want to just make it all kind of one piece working all the way around. Anyway, so here, like I said, I'm rambling again. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. It's almost 10 o'clock here. Like I said, I enjoy going and getting in bed at a decent hour. So I appreciate you guys. If you could, please press the share button on the video. Do everything you can to get as many people to go over to the Grind page. Not only follow the page, but like the page also. Make sure to like the page, then follow the page, and then share the page. That's the only way we can get this thing to grow. And I mean, I see, like the Road Glide owners out there, they got like 40 or 50,000 people on that page. And that's just a page just to be a part of. It's not like they have any massive amounts of interviews or videos or informations here or there. It's just a group is all it is. And I know that's a kick-ass shark bike. It's awesome. I love it. It's badass. But I think my page has a lot more going on for it. I just think this page has a lot more going on for the motorcycle industry, and I want more people involved in it. I want everything to just grow and be. And the more it grows, the more I'm going to do for it and everything. Oh yeah, if any of you guys live in Houston or the surrounding areas, the Houston Chronicle is actually doing an article. I don't know how big or how small it's going to be, but they're doing an article on the build-off with me and Dave Mazingo. So that'll be in the paper. I'm not sure when it'll be in the paper, but it's coming soon. And the Galveston Daily News, Galveston Gazette, I don't know what it's called. They're also doing a write-up on us. So that's kind of pretty cool for us. I'm trying really hard to get a hold of Hot Bike Magazine. If anybody knows anybody that's affiliated with anybody in Hot Bike Magazine, let me know. Good night, Bruno. Thanks for watching, buddy. I appreciate it. Like that, if anybody knows someone in the hot bike industry with the magazine, please let me know. Send me a message, copy a link here somewhere so that I can see if we can get those guys down there and maybe commit to doing a photo shoot on the winner of the build-off. I think that would just be really cool. One of the things I want to do. But anyway, I'm going to do it slowly. You guys have a blessed night. Thanks for watching. Like I said, like, follow, share, and I appreciate you guys. If you need a t-shirt, all you got to do is message me. Y'all have a great night, man. This is really going on. I like moving. Thanks, George. Like I said, brother, like, follow, share. That's all I can ask of you, brother. I appreciate you guys. Anybody need a t-shirt? Message me. Message me on this page, comment on this page, whatever. We'll get together. I'll get you one of the t-shirts. Anyway, thanks, everybody. Y'all have a great night.